The second I feel the need to conjure it, I know I've crossed the line. Truth has no need for justification, the holy no need of repentance. So when the thoughts come, it's safe to assume you're not walking in either. Now, this wasn't always that clear to me. There was a time in which I wouldn't have given this notion a second thought. If I perceived I was wrong in some way, then all was fair. But I no longer put much stock in this position, and I'm attempting to figure out exactly why. Why I no longer feel justified in any of my attempts to respond in like when I have been wronged. Sin, it seems, is impossible to truly justify. First, let's define what it is I'm actually attempting to convey. It usually starts simple enough, a small wrong done or aimed in my direction. Whether intended to wound or accidental makes not much of a difference. With the ball now resting in my side of the court, how I react is the only action I am ultimately accountable for. Now, traditionally, I would react in haste, throwing shade or spears of my own in retaliation, completely convinced justification rested firmly at my feet, since I was the one who had been wronged first. Unfortunately, I still usually react in this same old way, although I feel I am getting a bit quicker at recovering from it. But alas, the deluded justification I used to be so sure of no longer holds any water. I feel as though it has been uprooted. The only actions I am convinced are blameless nowadays are the ones with pure intent, ones that leave no stains, the weightless. If the token of judgment I cast at another has my face clearly present on the opposing side, then the stones I'd like to throw should be best left where they lie. For I by no means am without the same weighted burdens of remorse, so casting the first is dooming one and all. And since no one can cast the first, it stands to reason that no one should cast any. Walking with the full weight of one's own shortcomings is not for the faint, for it would be much easier to remain in the dark in these regards, and if I'm honest, most of the time I'd prefer to. Since knowing something is wrong and continuing to watch oneself act in such a way is beyond disturbing. But as terrifying as this may be, perhaps it is the exact perception which was open to me. A necessary and terrifying look into one's core. After all, it's hard to make out anything in the dark, but bring a light in and things will begin to illuminate. What was once obscure and blurry coming into stark and horrifying clarity. But being pathetically chased around by your own shadow is something I'm no longer settling for. So I'm beginning to use the light I have been gifted with, to burn out the remaining darkness. Scary enough endeavor to pursue in itself, let alone to turn around and realize most of you has gone up in flames. But if going scorched earth is necessary, then so be it. So wrap your hearts, my friends, in a box of light, stalwart your courage, and push back against the darkness. And if you emerge like I have, ragged and with barely a sliver left to stand on, take comfort in knowing the sliver is without a doubt the real you.